Hi guys, today's screencast is going to look at some of the highlights of the SERPINT 2.0 system. We're going to focus today on navigation, the dashboard, search, and wizards. So take about 5 minutes and we'll just quickly run through some of the features. We've got two windows open here today. You can see on the right side we're looking at a regular internet browser. On the left side we have our iPad simulator, and we just wanted to show off the fact that the system presents well and functions well on your iPad as well as it does on your computer. So for now we're going to jump over to the right side here and we're going to log in. Enter my username and password. And the first screen that we're going to land on is the dashboard. So by default, when you log into the system, you're going to hit our dashboard. We're going to talk about that in a couple minutes, but first we're going to move on to the navigation. So the main navigation element in the ERP system is the main menu up at the top. Just as some examples, you can see you have the dashboard link, the search link, accounts, schedule, reports. And as you click into these items, you'll see it just switches your page. The next navigation item is called breadcrumbs. You'll see here that the search breadcrumbs laid down for you. And what this does, if we go a little deeper into the system, we're going to pick a client. And you can see it continues to add breadcrumbs as you go deeper into the system. If we go deeper again, we'll click into a project. And you'll see that another breadcrumb's added. So what this allows you to do is navigate back and forth through the system. The breadcrumbs that are links, the last breadcrumb isn't a link, it's the current page you're on, and the previous ones are links back to the pages that you hit along the way. So we'll just click back into the client, pick a different project, take a look, and then pop back out to the search. Besides the main menu and the breadcrumbs, we also have tabs. Just gonna pop down on our search here to the project section. See on the project search that we actually have tabs. Tabs are another way that we allow you to navigate through the system, switch views from one view to another. And finally we have grids, so you can see in each of these tabs is a grid. And the grids are just a neat way to lay out the data so that it's easy to read your records. So those are the main four content and navigation elements that you'll see throughout the system. The next item that I wanted to talk about today is the dashboard. So we're going to pop back over to the dashboard. And the dashboard, what it's all about is quick hits, the data that you want to see often. We like to put that out so it's very easy for you to get to. So you're going to see the dashboard's broken up into four elements. You've got estimates, office, performance, and management. We'll just take a look at the estimates tab to start. The estimates tab is broken down into four sections. You've got requested, scoped, estimated, and quoted. And the purpose of this is to help the office and estimators manage where each quote is at. So if a request comes in and no action's been taken on it yet, you're going to find those ones in this bucket, in the requested bucket. If you want to click into one to take some action on it, you just click the link and it takes you right into the empty project and you can get going, maybe start adding tasks or contact the client that had called and asked for the request. I'm going to go back through my breadcrumb to the dashboard. And the second bucket here is scoped. So scoped are the projects that you've added tasks out for. You've got the general scope of the project, but you haven't yet costed it out in an estimate, and you haven't sent a quote out to the client yet. And they're going to land here in the scope box. The next step is estimated. So once you've got your tasks in, you have an estimate put together, you've got all your costing, but you haven't yet created a quote, they'll land in this bucket. And finally, the last bucket are quotes that have been created, but we haven't sent them out to the client yet. So it gives you a really simple way to manage where all of your quotes are at. Once you send a quote out to the client, you won't see it in here anymore because it's out the door and we're waiting to hear back on it. So that's how that works. I'm going to just jump over to the Office tab just to give you some other examples. On the Office tab, we have the most popular clients, we have the most popular projects. These are the clients that we frequent the most in the system. and these are the projects that have been most used through the system. Down here we have recently active clients, so maybe you just added this client to the system, or maybe we went in and made a change to their account and they get put into this list of recently active. And what this does is it just gives you a quick way to find data that's used frequently or that's been added recently without having to go through the search tools and try to seek the data out. So it's just quick hits that help the system navigate a little faster. The next feature that we're going to move on to is the search. When we jump into the search here, basically the search page is broken down into four sections. You've got your client search, project search, supplier search, or employee search. And there's two different ways that you can navigate this. You can hit these links. If I click the suppliers link, you're going to see that it moves me down to suppliers and I can start my search from here. If you want, you can just click on the section itself and it'll adjust. I'm going to do two searches here as examples. So I'm going to do a client search right now. If I type in the letters AC and hit search, it's going to narrow me down to just clients who have the letters AC somewhere in their name. You can see McClellan as the AC, Acadia Lines as the AC, Black Diamond as the AC. So that's how that works. It narrows you down to the item that you put in. Now if I wanted to do, say, a phone number search, I could do that as well. So I could say 430 and search. We're going to see that it narrowed me down, and I actually got two hits here. I got one hit on the phone number for 430, and I actually got a hit on an ID over here for 430. So you can see it's a very powerful search. You can search any of the fields that are showing here, and it's a very quick way to narrow down your data. And again, that's also available for projects, suppliers, and employees. So I'm going to keep moving on here. The next thing that we wanted to show you is the wizards. So we've used a wizard format for quickly adding data to the system. I click the Add Client button there, and basically what it does is it lays the steps out that it takes to add a client to the system, puts it in order so it's very quick and easy to do. I'm going to add Harry. $20 to the system, and we're going to say payment is expected within 7 days, and we'll put a phone number. And finally, I'm going to pick the client type. I'm going to say that he's a residential client, and the referral is from the newspaper. So we're going to hit continue, and you're going to see it automatically creates a contact, Harry 20, and makes him active. Primary contact, it brings his phone number over. I'm going to also add an email address for this contact. That way we can get a hold of them through the system. And that's about it for now. I'm going to add an address. Lives on Crazy Street in Halifax. And we're going to say continue. And for the billing address, we're going to say that his billing address is Crazy Street, one that we just added. And now we have the opportunity that we might want to add a project request to. Probably most of the new clients that are calling are asking for a project to be quoted, so we can capture some of those details as well. Since the only address we have for this guy is Crazy Street, we'll just take that as the job address, and we're going to say that he owns his house, and the project type is an interior and exterior project. The contact is Harry 20, the admin contact is Harry 20, and that's about it for now. So we're going to say save and exit. And now we have a new client with a project request. If we pop back over to our dashboard, we're going to see that Harry 20 is now in our estimates. There it is, 123 Crazy Street, and again we could click into that to start taking action on the project. So that's about it for now, and we'll see you in the next screencast. Thanks.